What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Magic the Gathering Arena video, and today we're going to be playing Historic Brawl. Well, actually, we're going to be playing Historic Brawl pretty much every single time I make a video, because that's all that I play. I've just recently gotten back into Magic, gotten more into it, and I realized that I really do love EDH or Commander or whatever you want to call it. I really do love it. It's just pick a card that you like, as long as it's like a legendary creature or a planeswalker that can be used as a legendary creature, or whatever your friend group really allows for you to use as a commander. And you just make a whole deck around that card, and that's what I love. That's what I like to do. So I kind of just found like my home in Historic Brawl and Commander. But today we're going to be showcasing a Kaya, the Inexorable Planeswalker deck. It is 5 cost Planeswalker, Orzhov color. Tick up 1, put a Ghost Storm counter onto one target 9 token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put into exile. Return to its owner's hand and create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. The -3 is exile target non-land permanent. The -7, you get an emblem at the beginning of your upkeep. You may cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost. So this commander is insane. It's absolutely insane. It takes you straight up into the higher queues. Although, in all honesty, when I was testing, when I was testing my audio recently, I went up against somebody who was playing, and it's just like, how are these two commanders equal to one another? I wasn't even playing Kaya. I was playing I believe it's Kalia. I believe her name is Kalia deck, and I was like, how are those two considered equal in any way, shape, or form? But I don't know. I don't know. A lot of the decks that I make by myself are pretty janky until I edit it. But so really, the main goal with this deck is to get to the -7 as soon as possible, as soon as possible. And your opponent is going to always find some type of way to get rid of your Kaya. And the reason why that is because you're going to go straight up into the higher queues with Nicol Bolas, Dragon God, Sithis, Prismatic Bridge. What is another Planeswalker that I see? Excuse me. I can't really even think of a not Planeswalker. I'm sorry. What is another commander that I see? I can't really think of the other commanders that I see, but you see them a lot and you see them constantly. Golos, the Tireless Pilgrim. That card is just annoying and completely broken. You will lose every single time playing this versus Golos. I'm not lying to you. I'm not joking. You will lose every single game going up against a Golos player. They will have to brick so hard for you to win, and you don't even feel like you won because they just straight up surrender. So these are going to be the legendaries that you play. Cast Down is not a legendary, no, but you do play the Meat Hook Massacre, Helioi, Nadar, Redain. What is this? Search for Glory. It's a search card. Camball, Console of Allocation. You play the other Kaya. You play Oath to Kaya, the Celestis, the Wandering Emperor, Teysa Karlov, Urza's Ruinous Blast, Owl or Ale, however you may pronounce it, Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, Junji, the Midnight Sky, Furja, Lisa, Liliana, Bolas Citadel, Ugin, Primeval's Glorious Rebirth, Satalpa, Iganjo, and Takanuma. And the Iganjo and the Takanuma, they're just there because they're lands that do stuff. You really don't. I don't even think make has a legendary spell. Yeah, no, you can't even play these with Kaya if they're exiled or whatever. I don't know why they would be, but yeah, they're just there because they're just good lands. But everything else here are just genuinely good legendary creatures for a Orzhov color commander deck like this. And this is more or less like a Orzhov control-y type of style. Helioid Sun Crown is a very good creature. It's a very good enchantment. Put +1/+1 counter if you gain life, and you do have a lot of ways to gain life within this deck. Like Taste of Karlov, gives all creature tokens you control vigilance and lifelink. You generate creature tokens with Ugin. You can generate creature tokens with Kaya if something dies, or with sorry, I'm constantly misspeaking today. With Kaya if something dies. Dawn of Hope, they generates lifelink tokens. Is there another way to gain life? Another way to gain life. Rascal's Contempt. Oh yeah, Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust is also a card that you play that allows you to gain life. So this has a lot of synergy throughout the deck. Zatalpa is just a big boy, very, very big boy, very dominant creature on board that can be hard for anybody to really deal with. Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible on a 4/8 creature is just, it's ridiculous. It's a very good card for you to use. Nadar, he's a venturing creature. Venturing into the dungeon in Brawl is actually pretty good, especially if you can just constantly recast it over and over again, or if you put a counter on it and it can't necessarily die and it comes back. Venturing becomes very good. So that's why Nadar is very useful. He's just the fact that he ventures is so versatile. It's just amazing. Redain, this is a control aspect that I added to the deck recently because I honestly forgot this card existed. Redain is very good. Snowlands, your opponent controls instant battlefield tap. That's great versus snow decks. And then non-creature spells your opponent casts with mana value 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast. That's great versus the Prismatic Bridge players, the Nicol Bolas players, even though against the Nicol Bolas players, a lot of the times you're still going to lose because they're just going to discard your hand and, exile stuff on field. But it's still just a good card to have. And then the shield is just another form of protection for your Kaya and for you yourself, because you don't run a lot of creatures in this deck. So you are very vulnerable to like a lot of mono greens or a lot of grow colored decks. You will get smacked in the face a lot, and the shield can help you prevent some of that damage. If somebody attempts to counter your Kaya or any one of your creatures on board that you might have, they have to also pay 1, so it's a form of tax, and it's great. Search for Glory is just another search card that you run in tandem with, where is it at? With Grim Tutor. Searching in this deck is very good. It adds to a lot of consistency. The deck is already very consistent, except for when you flood lands on random occasions. But the deck is already very consistent. Being able to search for what you want is very good. Search for Glory allows you to search for a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga card revealed to put into your hand. You gain 1 life. Oh, there was another life gain mechanic for each snow mana paid. Now, I know you all are thinking, why are you not playing Snowlands? Because I like the Kamigawa lands, and I'm willing to lose the game over not playing Snowlands. Yes, that is how I feel about this. Fight me about it if you want to. Camball, Council of Allocation. Oh yeah, this is another life gain mechanic. See, there's so much life gain going on. Now, when an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This is good versus red and blue decks, because the majority of the time they don't cast a lot of creatures either. They're just doing instant and sorcery shenanigans. So they tend to burn themselves down a lot when this is on board, especially if they don't have an immediate way to get rid of this. This is very good. This is an amazing card. I've won games because this was on board burning my opponent, and they had no real answer. For some reason, they just had no answer. And so they lost the game because of that. This is just a great card. Let's see. Now, Kaya, the Orzhov Usurper. This is good versus a lot of escape decks or token generation decks, because the +1 is, exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. You gain 2 life if at least 2 other creature cards are exiled this way. Wow, that's another life game mechanic that I missed. I should have just typed it into the search bar up here just to see everything that allows me to gain life. But that has actually came in handy. That has actually came up plenty of times with flashback cards or things of that nature that that sit in the graveyard, and it's just practically like another card that you have to get past. You just exile it straight up with Kaya, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. The -1 exile non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. I've exiled huge tokens with this card that were serious problems because I didn't have Zatalpa on board. So I have exiled huge tokens and gotten past and gotten through the game with this card. So I found this card to be very niche in certain situations, and it's just extremely good in those situations. It has won me games. It has won me games. And then the -5 to deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of cards that they own in exile. I have won a game because of that. I have won a game because of that. And I do think it was against either a Bridge player or a Golos player. The one time. The one time I won a game versus a Golos player probably. But yeah. Othakaya. Othakaya is just a good legendary enchantment. Like spot removal really. You also gain 3 life, more life gain. And if your opponent wants to attack your Kaya, they they take 2 damage and you gain 2 life. So it's okay. It's a good card. It is a good card. I won't say it's absolutely amazing and straight up crazy, but it is a good card. It's a form of deterrent from attacking your KO from like your opponent. The Celestis, I see this more or less as just a legendary mana rock. I really don't. I think recently after I put it in that I was using the discard a card, draw a card option on it, and it's good. And you do gain life. My God, there's so much life gain. You do gain life, but I really only use it as like a mana rock. I don't really see this as for its Night or Day control, which it is good, but it's just more or less like a mono rock. The Wandering Emperor, I shouldn't even have to explain this. It's just a very good control card, very good Planeswalker in general. Exile tap creature and gain 2 life for a -2. Create a a 2/2 white samurai creature token, has flash. Put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature against first strike until the end of the turn. It's amazing. Taste of Karlov. Death triggers trigger twice. And like I said before, creature tokens gain vigilance and lifelink. It's great. Urza's Ruinous Blast. Exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. This is very, very useful and essential versus a lot of artifact stack decks, like just decks that rely on artifacts on the field. A lot of those artifacts won't be legendary. And sometimes those are just going to be like mana ramping artifacts or like artifact creatures and things of that nature. So Urza's Ruinous Blast is good versus that. And then also those token generation decks like Jetmir and stuff like that. Urza's Ruinous Blast is great versus that. It's an amazing board wipe. It can get through a lot of stuff. It's won me a few games. Owl the Dawn Sky, it's just a 5/4 legendary creature that I felt like was very good and has synergy with Teysa due to its death triggers. And it's really good, really like it. Yawgmoth's Viral Offering, a legendary sorcery. Put up to 1 target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. This is just spot removal for creatures and planeswalkers, and it's a reanimation card that I feel like is really very useful because, like I said, your Kaya will be killed a lot. And if you have this in hand and you're confident that you'll be able to cast it next turn, you don't even have to put this back into command zone and get the command attacks on it. You just Yawgmoth if you have another legendary creature on field and get it back on field for pretty much the same cost, pretty much. Just same cost 5. So, very good. Junji, the Midnight Sky. It's the same reason as why I run Owl. It's just a 5/5 flying creature. You know, works good with Teysa. It's just good. Legendary creature. It's just nice. Furja, flying and lifelink. Whenever you cast a second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. This kind of fixes land flooding, because you do flood lands a lot sometimes. Like, I don't know why. It's just, I won't say you all will do it, but I do a lot. And I don't understand why. Maybe it's because I kind of use like the auto suggest lands. But like that, I'm not sure if everybody does that or if it's just me. I don't know. But, you know, sometimes this can actually fix that. This can really fix your hands and give you a card that you need. That's why I like it. Really good. Now, Lysa, the Forgotten Angel. I just put this card in. Like, literally just put this card in. I have not summoned it yet. I haven't cast it yet at all. But I said, you know, I need another kind of like boss, not really boss monster ish, but like a very good control aspect and like a legendary creature. And I said, you know, she's probably a very good addition. I have seen other Kaya Planeswalker decks play this in there. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead. It's very good. It seems very good. I have not really had this on board yet, but hopefully in the video we'll see it, test it out, and see what happens. But I have high hopes for you. Liliana, Dreadhorde General. I don't think this needs any extra introduction. It's just a great card, an amazing, beautiful card, beautiful card for a Orzhov control deck. Controls the creatures, creates zombie tokens, and as the -9, each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. I've actually gotten that off twice within the past several months. I've been playing this. Most people they don't even tolerate you getting up to 8 loyalty on Liliana. They just scoop if they know that they can't even deal with the card. But it's just a great card, great Planeswalker. And whenever a creature dies, you draw a card. It's just great. Bolas' Citadel. Okay. This right here has won me a lot of games. It has stabilized a lot of out of control boards. It has done a lot for me. It is a great artifact. It's just a great card. You pay life to cast spells off the top of your deck instead of paying their mana cost. You can look at the top part of your library at any time. You can also play lands from the top. This is just a great control card. It's a card that allows for you to find a way to win a game that you probably would not have won if you weren't casting spells off the top of your library. It's amazing. Wonderful card, great legendary artifact. Ugin, the Ineffable. Color spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. That doesn't really come up too often. Really, when I put Ugin in here, I was looking at the destroy target permanent. That's one of more colors. But the creature tokens also do come in handy a lot. If they die for any reason, you get the card that is exiled with them, that you exile at the top of your library when they die, and it's very good. It's very good. Token creatures, you know, Tesa synergy. It's great. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Return all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Gotten this off a few times, people immediately quit. You can recast it with the Kaya emblem. All of this is recastable with Kaya emblem. Is good. And I've already explained Zatalpa. So yeah, it's amazing. Just good boy. Good boy. Now, a few other cards I feel like I should explain. Karn's Bastion, Proliferate on Kaya. I wasn't running this at first, and then as soon as I put it in, I started to win a few more games in situations in which I would have not been able to get the Kaya emblem off. And I've started to win a lot more. Karn's Bastion is actually pretty good. I don't know why I wasn't running it at first. I just probably didn't think of it. But yeah, it's just a great card. Another card, Hour of Revelation. Destroy all non-land permanents. It's a good board wipe to get things back under control. Kind of like similar reason as to why you run Urza's Ruinous Blast. Just a great board wipe. Although this destroys everything. It's great. Another card to explain. Oh, Silver Quill Silencer. There we go. As Silver Quill Silencer enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card name. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with the chosen name, they lose 3 life and you draw a card. You just call the commander. Just call the commander and have a good time. Because most people, they do deal with this. So they waste their removal or whatever they have to deal with this ability. Because them losing 3 life and you drawing a card every single time they cast a commander, and you have a lot of ways to either exile or destroy their commander, they're going to get really sick and tired. They're not even going to risk the chance of you being able to draw cards and burn them like that, because that can lose people the game. that has lost some people the game against me when they never killed it. So another card I want to explain. Nahiri's Binding, enchant creature or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So while going up against Golos and Nicol Bolas decks, I realized that, I can't always play, especially with the Golos decks, I cannot always play the kill your commander game. Because Golos pays for his own commander tax pretty much. When he hits the field, he puts the land from deck onto field tap. So all they need is another land in hand, and Golos is back next turn. You need time in order to actually be able to tick up on your Kaya. So what I came to the conclusion to do would be to play Nahiri's Binding or something that just stops activated effects. And Nahiri's Binding was the card that I found that can actually, slow down Golos for a minute. So you put this on the Golos if you have it in hand. You want to deal with the Golos eventually because they're going to have a way to get rid of Nahiri's Binding. You want to deal with it eventually, but it's going to be able to buy you time so where they're not, activating Golos' activated ability. So this is just one of those cards where, you can still hope to win, but oh boy, is it futile probably. Golos is just too good. It's just too broken. Another card that I feel like I need to explain, Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card. Escape 4, exile 5 of the cards from your graveyard. So Cling to Dust, I use this as like a draw one. Not really like a draw one. It's a draw one. Yeah, you could say that. But it's just one of those graveyard control cards that I feel like everybody should be playing in Historic Brawl. You want some way to control your opponent's graveyard. You just don't want them to have like a Uro or any type of flashback or some weird jump start or anything like that within their graveyard. You have Chandra players or like red and blue players in general. They can cast spells from their graveyard. They exile them later, but they can still cast them from the graveyard. And you just want to be able to handle that. A lot of times, I just use Cling to Dust as a draw card. Probably try to fish for a land or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You have your mana rocks. You have a lot of spot removal. You have a lot of control aspects, a little bit of ramp here and there, little small little hand control right there in the duress. That's pretty much all you got for hand control. But yeah, so this is the deck list. Now let's get right into some games. What was it? Oh God, Golos! Oh man, come on, dude. Come on, bro. It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, man. Not today. Come on, man. Just drop the castle. Are we going to get to 5 mana while they're on 3? They might have a wash away in hand. They could potentially have a wash away in hand. Okay. Let's see how this goes. We resolved it. That's good. That's very good. This is looking up. Turn the volume down just a little bit. This is looking up. Urza's Ruinous Blast. Okay. A card. Do I want Owl or do I want her? If a creature your opponent controls would die, exile it instead. I'll get you out.
Here, let me help.
What do you have? He goes straight for the Golos. I'm going straight for the -7. I don't care.
Myself scarce.
All right. To the commander zone, decline it. So here's what we can do. We're most certainly killing this Golos, but Heartless Act first. Now, Esper Sentinel. 5 damage. So I do believe now the name of the game is to get as many Kaya emblems as possible. As many Kaya emblems as possible. The most I ever gotten ever is 2. Makes the tree folk.
From root to canopy, the trees are mighty.
Yeah. Yeah, kill the tree folk. Yeah, kill the tree folk.
If you want a job done right, hire the best.
All right. Yeah, that can just hit that. I feel like ticking up is better. As many K emblems as possible.
The undead make great minions. Loyal and silent.
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
Putrid, but effective.
Fear burns within us.
See, now this is an this right here. This is an ordeal. Oh my goodness.
Throughout the multiverse.
All right.
All so generous.
It's the least.
Yeah. Okay, I lied. You don't always lose, but the chances of you winning are very, very slim sometimes. So we're up against Xander, the man of the hour. Xander, okay. This isn't looking too hot. This is already not looking too hot for me. I will say Lord Xander, the Collector. Chromatic Lantern, he pays the 1. All attack. So yeah, we should be able to Kaya and be just fine. Pays the 1. They thought about it for a minute. Pays the 1. Okay. I will activate Dawn of Hope. Oof. Counterspell. Keep forgetting that. Keep on forgetting. Counterspell. He's blue. Ah, man. Do I take that action? Yeah, sure. And so he drops it. Discard 2 cards. Probably should not have gotten rid of the lands. Most certainly should not have gotten rid of the lands. Oof, the Grim Tilter. I could have gotten rid of like the Seal Away instead of one of the lands. That would have been better. Because then I'll have more mana. But this will be okay. I can drop Camball next turn. It all depends on what he gets off of this, actually. What am I talking about? Because he can get anything to help the situation, and I won't even know. But he loses 3 life as a result. Am I finna play for... I'm gonna play for the yeah. What's that? He's at 9 now. Ashiok. Wow.
Welcome to my world. You
You searched Ashiok? My guy. You are a menace to society, dog. Like, what? Bro actually sat down and searched Ashiok. Yeah, I'll pay the 2. Good. You have a counter spell in hand? You actually have a counter spell in hand right now?
I leave you with one last nightmare.
Absolute madman.
The job is wrong. I change the terms. And stay gone.
How much is this? 9 and 11.
Your final terror is upon
So he wants the 12th hour counter on that. Yeah.
Just gonna fade out.
Yeah, I lost that one for myself. He had no cards in hand. So really, what I should have done? Oh yeah, Ashiok, okay. Really what I should have done there, because he had no cards in hand, I should have KO'd the clock tower. Kaya'd the clock tower, but that was me. That was all me, really.
Behold, my epilogue of fear.
You can play Xander, I think. These both cost the same. Oh no, I misplayed again. All right. I was supposed to play the cave. I misplayed. Oh, I keep misplaying, man. Okay, so it's galvanic iteration times 2. Resolve all. And I think that's my deck. I do believe that is my deck. Should have played the cave of the false dragon when I had the chance.
I'll return where you slumber. This is my masterpiece.
Decline all of that. Just decline it. I only have 2 cards left in the deck. How many cards does he have in the graveyard? Wow. Yeah, I could have won right there if I had cave. Oh, man. Oh, huge blunders all around, man. Huge, huge blunder. No. He's gonna play it.
I'm always a step ahead.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yep, that's game. Oh, man. If I had just played cave, I would have won. Another Golos player, huh? I want to see if I can get a Mana Rock. Some form of ramp. But you have removal. I might just keep this. My problem is that I probably keep too many hands that I can, you know, mulligan, but there goes a Mana Rock. Yeah, land for turn pass. Might just wipe the board. I can't wipe the board. I can't wipe the board. Ooh, I need another land. Pretty sure that might be a saw it coming. The world tree. Oh, and of course it's a tap land. Make sure I keep him on top. Well, if I go 2, what can I play for 2? Nothing. My goodness. Alright, so I believe, do I just cleansing Nova here? Or just do you pay 2? There you go. What did he just do? Wait, huh? Wait, no. Oh my gosh. Does he not have what? He misclicked probably. He misclicked. Oh man, that's sad. The misclick was so unfortunate. I'm a mulligan this. I'm a mulligan this as well. Okay, so this is keepable. It's usable. I'ma have to put probably Deadly Dispute back. No, but Deadly Dispute gives treasure if I sacrifice an artifact, a creature. But this is a board, right? Yeah, Deadly Dispute goes back. Unfortunately. Play the beacon. Make you black. No. No. Oh no. Oh no. My god, this is annoying. So all he plays is Snowlands, so I can redain. I have to change my plans now. Cause dude. Exile. Do I want a Dark Rich? That would be a meme. That would be a meme and a half. Nah. Nah, I'll save it. I'll hold it. Alright, that should be the end of his turn. You just cast and redeem. See no reason not to do 2 damage to him. This card, man, is obscene. How is this uncommon? Make a food or a treasure. What do you think people are gonna make? Like, oh my gosh. Elder Gargaroth. Do I just play the Iganjo? I think I play the Iganjo as a land. Add 2 mana, different colorless spin this mana only cast. Wait a minute. Huh? Oh, well. But if I do this. Is the mathing here? If I do this. Wait a minute. I guess it was nothing bad.
When you can walk through walls, anything looks easy.
Yeah, Veil of Summer or something. What do you got? Assassin's Trophy. I can finally get a swamp.
And stay gone.
Do I care? Oh, well, they scooped. Okay. What is this? Oh, Toski. I might mulligan this. I don't like this hand. All right, this is a lot better. A lot better. Okay. Temple. I don't need our revelation. I don't feel like I need it. Foretell a Doom Scar. Problem with kinda concerned going up against Toski. Very concerned. Hit me with the Rejuvenator, huh? So you hear I can just board wipe? Most certainly I can just board wipe. I have another card in hand that can deal with stuff later. Archon, okay, okay.
This should be a nice
Have nothing with haste. Have nothing with haste. You will have nothing with haste. This is quite the interesting development here. So really, exile target card from a graveyard. Does he have anything with haste and trample? These are the problems. Now, Questing Beast is a card. Gotta think, man. Gotta think. So it seems. Wait a minute. 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield and shuffle. Seems like we get this off.
better watch your back from here
this
on out.
is gonna be one of those jobs. I could get used to working with others.
We successfully received the emblem.
I will protect
You gotta go.
as if they were mine. I will help you find safe ground.
Time to focus. I got a job to do.
I'm like, it doesn't really matter if I do this or not. I really don't even have to. Can't do it. Can't do that. I guess I have to have something in the graveyard that I can target. So, yeah. Let's exile you.
That was an easy job.
Are you just gonna try to Craterfoot Behemoth me for game, bro? Like, at this point, I don't know what you're doing. What is happening here? You're doing something that does not even involve this. Yeah, that's exactly what you were on. You're on some Vorinclex energy right now. Celestis. Straight Vorinclex energy.
Well, you're not lacking for spirit.
I mean, like, it doesn't matter if he Vorinclexes because I already have the emblem. So. No, unless he goes for me. No, he goes for...
That's it. I quit.
I just might. No. Why would I even take it? I have no reason to take that. Graveyard.
If you want a job done right, hire.
Mind if I take this for a minute, bud? I'll take that for a second. I'll use this real quick.
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
The Titan of Industry. This dude is playing Big Green. Big Green. Get rid of this, I guess. Really, he should have just placed the shield counter because I can get Celestis back. Matter of fact, just in case he had a pump spell. Now this is Magic the Gathering.
Ghosting feels weird, right?
This is some true Magic the Gathering right here. Okay, so let's just set this player. I don't want to keep 2 lands just because you have removal. I really don't want to. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay. All right. Yes. Yes. Good. So it's the opponent's turn. play the kill Sithis as much as possible game here. But this person might actually just ramp up as much as possible, so when they cast Sithis, it hits the board, they at least get one draw when they cast their next card. No, that doesn't seem to be the case with this individual. Okay. Well, no, it does, because Sanctum Weaver, you know. Sanctum Weaver shenanigans. Although he's holding priority for something. What is he holding priority for? Yeah. Do you have protection? You have to have protection. That's like the only thing that I could think you can. Or it could be a Swords to Plowshares. I don't know if Swords to Plowshares is. Swords to Plowshares might just be a creature your opponent controls. Okay, so let's see. End of turn. I can pay 3 to wipe the board. Let's see what else they got for us. They play a Mind Stone, so they still have 4 open mana. They're drawing a card. Your second card each turn. To be honest, I might just drop Kaya. Just exile it.
Should be a nice break from that. It's the least you deserve.
Okay. So first we duress. Swords to Plowshare, Seal Away. Oh, Rune of the Might. Gee Willikers. Gee whiz. Well, you're not gonna draw a card. That's what you're not gonna do. Like, bro, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? My opponent was planning on hurting me. I can Fracture, kill, summon the Dar, even if he, yeah. Now we have to see if they're just gonna scoop, because they probably don't want to deal with my shenanigans anymore. Yep. Alright guys, well that's it for this showcasing of Kaya the Inexorable. I tried my best to provide the best commentary and everything. Still new. I'm probably going to have to figure out the volume was too loud. Things of that nature. I've been having a lot of volume issues, just trying to figure stuff out. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching and enjoy your day. Have a nice one. Bye.